Peace, fam. Welcome back. Desiree D. Ray Wise, spiritual healing coach here, helping you to heal your relationship with self, to heal your relationship with all things, right? Y'all, I just have to tell y'all the secret that I discovered to everything falling into place, right? To everything flowing, to everything aligning, everything being exactly what you want it to be, right? Um, y'all know when there's resistance and things get chaotic, it can get crazy. It can get frustrating. Triggers happen, et cetera, et cetera. But there was some things that just this past weekend, Dream and I going to Miami to celebrate his birthday and 10 years of us being together. There are some things that I discovered that are truly the key or the secret to things falling into place and things working out the way that you actually intended and desire for, right? There are some things that we have to do, some actions that we have to take, some thought processes we have to embody, a certain mindset we have to allow to really permeate our minds in order for us to really align. When I tell y'all, if you follow me on Instagram or if you're even here, I've been posting things, little clips of Dream and I's trip. And I'm showing you all the glamour, right? I'm showing you all the glamour. But we got some stories behind all the glamour that the manifestation of what you see in those pictures or what you see in the videos, the energy that you see in that is the frequency of love, the frequency of trust, the frequency of allowing and surrender. You are seeing us win in those pictures. But a lot of times you don't see the trials and the tribulations that happened, that we had to surrender to or that we had to work through in order to get to that level of love, that level of vibrancy, that level of energy and sexiness. Like, things don't be, there's always a story. And I think what I'm communicating as I'm posting these videos and these shorts of dreaming out on this vacation is I'm giving you the story, because so often, especially on social media, we see pictures, but we don't get any context. You are actually having to create context using your own imagination. And I think the story of it all is the thing that is so beautiful. And within our story in Miami, there was a lot of surrenderance, a lot of flow, a lot of prayers being answered. But there was also challenges and resistance and just this contradiction, right? So I just want to share with y'all some things that I discovered that helped it to where every single thing just worked out, right? Every single thing just worked out. I'll tell you the very first thing, the very first alignment that happened was the manifestation or the inception of us even going to Miami, right? So we knew we wanted to go somewhere. We didn't want to go too far. We didn't want to travel internationally. Mexico would have been fine, right? But we've been to Mexico like, 2 or 3 times already. So we wanted to go somewhere different. And Dream or I have never been to Miami. I done been to Orlando, Tallahassee, Panama, Destin. I done been to different parts of Florida, but never to Miami, and Dream the same. And so we had made the decision, okay, we're going to do Miami for his birthday. And we just put the intention out there, but we kind of let it go because, we got 4 kids. I'm a coach. And so I work quite a lot, right? Just coaching volleyball. And so we were just like, okay, we're putting it out there. That's what we're going to do. But we didn't really be so like uptight on the manifestation of it, on the unfoldment of it. We really just put it out there and then just surrender. And if y'all have been, watching Coming Live with me on these Thursdays, we actually paid for our flight on a Thursday morning while I was live. Like out of nowhere, I received this notification for these flights. Flights were perfectly priced on an airline that we typically use and liked. And so it was just seamless. It just fell into place. Another divine thing that happened, which is so magical when it came to this vacation, was I was looking at hotels, I was looking at resorts, and I was looking at Airbnbs. I was looking at a multitude of places because I'm just like, what is going to give us the vibe that we really want? What we really were going for was just sexiness, parents that are child free for a few days. We wanted a balcony, we wanted a view. We wanted space. We wanted space. We don't want to be confined to a small room. So I have been looking at Airbnbs because the resorts wasn't really giving me what I needed. And y'all, I struggled to find the perfect Airbnb, right? And then one day, Dream and I are sitting outside in the backyard, and we decide to look again and to look together, because I don't really make decisions without him, and he doesn't make decisions without me, right? We will come with ideas, but then we sit with the idea, we talk about it, we look at it, and then we say, okay, yes, this is what we're going to do. And so we're doing that while looking at the Airbnbs. And I show him a place that I liked, but I wasn't fully convinced on. And he was like, nah, maybe not that one. I don't know. Let's keep looking. Out of nowhere, this random property pops up that I had not seen. Mind you, I had been looking like for a week or so, and this property did not show up. And right when him and I come together, masculine and feminine, right when we come together, boom, creation happens. And I see this Airbnb, and I see this beautiful patio, beautiful kitchen countertops. I mean, it was giving luxe, okay? And my friend had actually recommended this specific condo. She was like, Desiree, if you're going to go, this is the condo that y'all need to stay in, right? So we're looking at the Airbnb. We see the patio. We're like, oh, let's do that, right? Y'all, we click on the Airbnb. I put it in the cart. Why the total ended up being $823 and some change. $823. And if y'all follow Dream and I, you already know 8/23 is his birthday, August 23rd. Right when we saw that instant book, right? Just fell into place, just fell into our lap. I don't know why I didn't see that condo. I did not see it, and I have been looking for a while. But right when I got with him, we see the condo, and then the total for it ends up being the price. The total for it ends up being his actual birthday numerologically. So what lesson did I take away from that? What secret did I take away from that, even in general? Is that number one, whenever we want things to fall into place or to align and flow in our lives, we first of all have to set the intention. If we don't set an intention as to what it is we desire, what we want to experience, if we don't put that out there, God, the divine, the most high, can't weave things, right? Can't move certain things out the way so that you can actually see what it is that you desire, or so that you could actually experience the desire, right? So I'm like, okay, Spirit, are we not asking enough? It says, ask and you shall receive. I'm like, this whole Miami trip and everything leading up to it, to me, has been a testament to the power of asking. You know how many times people do not ask for what they want because they fear that they won't get it? Right? Right. The fear of being let down stops people from setting intentions and asking for what it is they desire. Not me, though. Not me, though. I said, Spirit, listen, we're going to go on this trip. I want something sexy. I want something fabulous. I want something reasonably priced. I want something that, Dream didn't know it at the time. I knew that my brothers were coming. He didn't know, right? He was surprised. But I was like, I want a space where my brothers can come hang out with us at the Airbnb. We live our lives. We do our thing, and we're not restricted. In a hotel room, your brother ain't going to be there with you, right? Because the place is too small. You're looking at I don't know, how many square feet of hotel rooms? Anywhere between 300 to 600 square feet for an average room, right? Or even less than that. So it wasn't giving what we wanted it to give. And so I set the intention about what we wanted. I knew a dream wanted in a vibe. We set that intention, and then God moved things around to fall into place so perfectly. You know what I mean? So step number one, the number one secret to things falling into place is actually communicating to the Most High, communicating to the divine what it is you want to fall into place, what it is you desire to experience, asking, putting it out there, and not being afraid of the potential of being let down, right? Now, let me go into another secret that is so good. And that is like the follow-up step to the ask. The follow-up step to the ask is to intend and to do, right? So you got to set the intention, and then you have to do the things that align with the intention. I know we're cooking up some work real fast, but this is just the reality. Once we set the intention, we got to say, okay, what decisions do I need to make that are on the same frequency, that are on the same wavelength as the goal? So we get to Miami. First of all, I'm not even going to tell y'all all the drama and trauma that took place leading up to it. Not even going to go into that just yet, because I think Dream and I are still going to do a video where we're going to put together all of the content that we took and share it with y'all on like a longer video, a longer stream, right? But when we got to Miami, it was raining. And I'm not talking about a little bit raining. I'm talking about raining cats and dogs. You looking like, what the hell? Hopefully this is not a hurricane happening, right? And so we get there, and the rain causes delay. The rain causes resistance. In my mind, I'm like, okay, we land at 3:45. After we land, we grab our bags. We go get the car, the rental car. We drive to the spot. We put our stuff down. We go to the grocery store. We get some champagne. We get some liquor, some alcohol. We get some snacks because I like to, snack a little bit. I'm thinking this is what we're going to do. We land in Miami. None of that happens. None of that happens. But at least the intention was set. And so we land, and because it's raining and there's thunder, we're waiting on our bags. And the United Airlines people come on the intercom and they're like, excuse me, if you were just traveling from Houston into Miami, there's going to be a delay when it comes down to your bags, as we are having some issues with the ramp. We do not have a time that your bags will be available. We'll let you know soon. Click. So Dream and I are like, we're still on our high horse. We're still positive. We're like, okay, we just landed in Miami. That's okay that the bags are going to be a little bit slow. Let's just sit down, talk, plan, figure things out. All right. 1 hour passed. They come back. Excuse me. We still don't have an ETA on when your bags will be available. Please be patient. We apologize for the inconvenience. Hour 2 passed. We get to hour 3. We're hearing the same rhetoric. We don't know when your bags are going to come. This is resistance. This is easily something that could tailspin you into negativity, right? But Dream and I were like, all right, God, listen, we already said the type of weekend we were going to have. We are not going to get into a frequency of frustration and annoyance. Let's just keep moving. So Dream and I part ways for a little bit. I go and get the rental car that was parked at the airport. He stays on the lookout for the bags, and this is how it all happens. Mind you, we landed at 3:45. We did not leave the airport till like 7 o'clock. And by this time, we're hungry. We're like, let's just go find some food because this has been crazy. We're driving around Miami, still getting a little bit of rain, and we don't know where to eat. But we say, okay, Spirit, let's just flow. So we drive towards the Airbnb, and we stop at the grocery store because that wasn't our original plans, to stop at the grocery store. We stop at the grocery store. First of all, Miami is expensive. It's different than Texas, right? You looking at, in Texas, maybe a stick of butter is maybe $4. Miami, this butter was like $7. We're like, oh my God, okay, this is what we have to look forward to. Cool. right? So we're just going and going and going. And we finally, this is so funny. So we're experiencing all of this resistance. We're experiencing all of this. Okay, where do we eat? Where do we do this? Just chaos. We're driving. Dream sees a sign on a club sign. It says Club Crew. This to him was spiritual alignment. It was alignment. It is alignment. It was spirit making everything fall into place easily and effortlessly. So he sees this sign and he's like, babe, go in the direction of that sign. That's where we're going to find food at. And so at first I'm like, you sure? Because the directions are saying go that way and you'll find some food. He's like, no, go that way. Let's just trust it. We drive and we go. I mean, not even a block away from that sign that he saw, we see a vegan restaurant. Easy parking. Park, get out, go sit down and eat. Mind you, this at like 9 o'clock at night. We don't eat this late. This was not, exactly how we imagined our first night in Miami going. But because even in the resistance, in the chaos of the rain, of the bags taking 3 hours, of both of our phones being on like 5% and we're separating, going separate ways, baby, we was taking risk. We were trusting God. But we got to that restaurant and we sat down and we were able to breathe. And then shortly after that, my brother sent me a text message. He was like, hey, we here. How can we pop up on him and surprise him? And I told him where we were at. And my brother and his wife popped up at the perfect time. Dream was so surprised. He was like, oh, hell no, right? So surprised. And it was so perfect. It was so perfect and so beautiful that I knew we couldn't have made this up. What we made up, what we intended, didn't happen, right? Or let me change that. Let me change how I said that. What we intended to happen happened. How we predicted it would happen did not. And so when my older brother made it in, he's been to Miami multiple times. When he made it in and surprised Dream, I told him where I wanted to go. I said, I want to go to this club. It looks like it'll be cool. Dream and we're kind of more relaxed when it comes down to like going out on the scene and clubbing and things like that. If there's looking like there's any type of friction, we're good on it. We're like, we'll chill. We'll stay at the house. We'll whatever. But my brother has this energy of motion. My brother has this energy of let's go. And he said it multiple times. He was like, man, we are in another state, another place on vacation without our kids. Why are we just going to sit around in the room or just do the bare minimum? Let's enjoy the night. Let's enjoy. Let's stay up late. And so we did that. And we ended up having so much fun. It was perfect. And I was like, God, how did this magic happen, even though we had all of this resistance? And the message that I received was because you just took action based off of what was in alignment with the intentions. So many times we set intentions and then shit starts to happen, resistance starts to happen, and we allow that to cause us to become distracted, and we lose focus of what our initial goal was. The goal wasn't to go to the Airbnb and go to the grocery store. That wasn't the goal. The goal was for us to enjoy our first night in Miami. The goal was for us to laugh, to dance, to sing, to experience joy. And so we had to make decisions that aligned with the goal instead of what aligned with the resistance. Us sitting in the Airbnb and not doing anything that night would have been us falling victim, so to speak, to the rain or to the time. And we just decided we wasn't going to let the rain, the time, the work that it took for us to get comfortable in the Airbnb, we just decided we wasn't going to let it take us out of the goal. So if you want things to fall into place in your life, you have to take action in the direction of the goal, regardless of what's showing up. And that was major key. I was like, okay. And the beautiful thing is that we held that frequency for the entire trip. For the entire trip. I'm going to tell you another thing. So day three, y'all got to go. I'm just giving y'all little moments of things falling into place seamlessly, right? Day three, mind you, the original plan was on day 2, that Saturday. The Saturday morning, the original plan was we were going to go to the beach, take pictures on day 2. That was the plan. And then when we left the beach, we were going to come back to the Airbnb, get dressed, get ready to hit the boat, go on the boat, eat, whatever. That was the original plan. But day 2, Saturday, when we wake up, it's still raining. Ain't no beach happening today. It's still raining outside, and definitely ain't no pictures happening, right? Because we planned on taking pictures for our 10-year anniversary, right? So it's raining on this day that we planned to take these pictures. And even still right then, my older brother, he was like, I know it's wet outside, but we planned that we was going to go out, experience Miami, live it up, let's go. So we did that. Day 3 comes, it's the most beautiful day. It's the most beautiful day. And even though we had originally planned to take pictures on day 2, I told Dream, I said, babe, still today, put on the outfit that you were planning on wearing on Saturday. Let's just do that. Let's just take action. Let's just do that. Because we don't know what's going to happen, right? So we put those outfits on that we planned. I had on this beautiful white dress. He had on this beautiful linen print shirt. And I was like, all right, this is what we rocking today because hopefully we get to take these pictures. We go to the beach and it's beautiful. Mind you, I had reached out to Jenny, who was in here, and we got to see Jenny in Miami, of course, because that's one thing about Dream and I. When we have Patreon family, when we've been rocking and connecting with y'all for a while, if we are in your city or you are in our city, we want to link up, period. So I had hit up Jenny months prior, and I said, Jenny, I need a photographer. We're going to be taking 10-year wedding anniversary pictures there. She sends me a person. The person never responds. All right, guess that wasn't the person that was meant to be our photographer. I hit up Lindsay. Lindsay is also in the comments. Lindsay is a photographer. She takes wedding pictures. I say, Lindsay, it would be great if you can come to Miami to take pictures for us. Lindsay is like, oh, I don't know. A lot of things been happening. I've been busy, whatever. Don't know if I can do it. So Dream and I settle on my brother taking the pictures of us. My brother, he's good at taking pictures. Not a photographer, but he's good at taking pictures, and he cares about getting the shot, right? So I was like, we can do it with him. Dream and I, we got the energy. We got the vibe. The love is going to be transmitted in the pictures no matter what because it's real. We get to the beach. My brother tries taking the pictures. They're coming out terrible. I mean, they're dark. We are looking black as hell, right? Even though dark skin, chocolate over everything, right? But the pictures were just not giving. So I kind of surrendered. I said, okay, God, I don't know how these pictures are going to happen, but I'm just going to enjoy the day. I take off the dress. I get in my bathing suit. I get in the water. I'm living my best life. I done forgot about the pictures, okay? But I knew that I still set the intention. So I'm in the water enjoying it, and then I decide to get out and just go lay out my little beach chair. This random Spanish lady or Cuban lady, she comes up and she says, let me take your picture. Oh my God. And at first I was like, because Miami is very salesy, right? It's the touristy place, especially on South Beach, Ocean Drive, very touristy. And so she's like, well, let me just take your picture. Random. She comes out of nowhere. I do not see this woman coming. I'm sitting enjoying the sun. Next thing you know, she's beside me. She says, let me take your picture. And at first I'm like, I don't know, but okay, take the picture. Let me see what you got. She takes the picture. She says, let me get another one. Let me get another one. She takes 3 pictures. I'm laying down in the chair. She kneels down beside me. She says, look at these pictures. And I say, how much you charge for the pictures? She tells me her price. I said, babe, put that outfit back on. We're about to take these pictures. We taking these pictures. He puts his shirt back on because he had got just down to his swim trunks. I'm in my bikini. I put that dress back on. He put that outfit back on, and we go out there and take these pictures. And when I tell you This lady was an angel. The pictures that she captured were such an embodiment of Dream and I's love. I'm about to show y'all them. I'm going to show y'all it. And Dream posted just a few of them. He didn't even post all of it. This lady took, let me tell you how many pictures this lady took. This lady took 115 pictures of us. 115 pictures of us in like 5 videos. Like what? How? Oh, y'all was liking my boo pictures. Let me share the screen. Like, how did this lady take 115 pictures of us in 5 videos? This was on that day. This was the outfit. Look at my baby. Oh, y'all was feeling it. Y'all was liking this picture. Let me see what y'all was saying. Good vibes. I'm glad that you and your wife had a pretty good time in Florida. We love Florida. I told Dream, I feel like I can move to Florida. I feel like I literally could live in Florida. Wow, stunning couple, magnetic. Wow. Oh, y'all was giving some love. Y'all was giving some love, okay? Let me see. How do I get out of this specific post? Let me see. How do I go back? Y'all was giving some love for real, right? Look at this. Oh, Miami was so. Look at this. How? I'm going to tell you how. The lady was an angel. She was an angel. She answered a prayer. Literally, Dream and I had been said, literally, we have been said we're going to get these pictures on the beach in Miami. How? Listen, I did everything in my power. I reached out to 2 photographers that couldn't make it. My brother is a great photographer, right? He's a great photographer with his phone on portrait, iPhone, right? But we needed a good quality camera with a beautiful lens, right? That's what we needed. We needed somebody that could capture our emotions and the love we have for each other, right? That's what we needed. And so this woman coming up to me out of nowhere, asking me to take a picture of me, let me tell you, she was focused on me. She didn't know that she didn't know that it was going to be a photo shoot of me and a couple's photo shoot. Okay, baby, we got 2. And then not only that, because she was such an angel, I told my brothers, I said, let her take pictures of y'all. I said, this is a beautiful moment. My brother, Chris, he was like, yeah, I got to do it. He paid to get pictures taken of him. My big brother, he was resisting. Man, I ain't trying to take no pictures. It's hot. I said, bro, your wife wants to take pictures. Your wife wants to commemorate this moment of y'all. You going to sit up here and act like you're not about to take them pictures? You've been going with the flow with everything else, spending money on everything else. You about to take them pictures. He looked back at his wife. He said, man, you really want to take these pictures? She said, yeah. Shit, he got his ass up and they took them pictures. Okay? So this lady came out of nowhere as just an angel. Literally, that's not my favorite picture. But anyways, it was absolutely beautiful. And it was just one of those situations where I'm like, you can't make these things up. All you can do is set the intention. That's number 1. Set the intention. Ask God. Like, listen, this is what I want. This is what I want to experience. This is what I want to happen. You got to put that out there. Number 2, if you want things to seamlessly fall into place, you have to take actions that are aligned with that intention. I put that dress on. I said, babe, just put it on because we don't know what's going to happen. Right? We went out there to that beach. Boom. It happened in the most magical and divine way. Number 3, the thing why I told you the story of this angelic woman who was truly an angel. She came out of nowhere and she was gone quick. And as she was talking to me, she just kept on saying, "Oh my God, beautiful, beautiful soul, beautiful soul." When she was taking a video of Dream and I, she was just like, "Oh my God, y'all are just so beautiful." It was so sacred because, and I really feel like she was an angel because she captured our essence. She really did. And not only did she capture it, but she was involved in it in a sense. Like, like the way she moved while she was taking the pictures, she had become one with us. She was, this is what I mean. Let me say what I mean. Ooh, this is so good. We were so in the moment of capturing our love. Like literally, it was hilarious. Like Dream being his funny self. I'm gonna post the video. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post the short. I'm gonna make a short of the actual video so that you can hear what Dream is saying because he's just being his fun self. He's just being his loving self. And that is how he captured our energy. But she was just so present with us. She really observed us. She really like I just can't even explain it. You know, when you can't really explain stuff, it's just beyond explanation. It's just God. But she was so beautiful. And that's one of the things that Spirit was kind of telling me when it comes to things falling in place and aligning in your life. One of the things that has to happen is you have to allow people in to help you. You know what I mean? Like, so often we feel like it's just us. We got to make this happen. No, there are angels that are being positioned on your path to support you in things aligning. There are angels who are on your path that are there to be a catalyst for the intentions that you set. And so I experienced all of that this past weekend. And down to, I'm going to tell y'all one more. I'm going to tell y'all one more because it's so good. We experienced all of that alignment and things falling into place down to us leaving Miami and returning to Houston. So on the whole time we were in Miami, I just kept on saying, I want some empanadas. I want some empanadas. I knew that I wanted a fruit empanada, something with some fruit in it. And I knew I wanted something vegetarian. And I really wanted something with like some seafood in it, but couldn't find that. But the whole time on the vacation, I'm like, I want some empanadas. And Dream and my brothers, they loved me so much. We stopped in multiple places looking for me some empanadas. Couldn't find them, right? Couldn't find them, let me say, within walking distance from where we were. And so I was like, all right, I wanted some empanadas. Didn't happen. I just surrendered it. Tell me why, y'all. We get to the airport in Miami and we're walking to our gate. And I'm walking to the gate and you cannot make this shit up. The restaurant that was absolutely closest to my gate, I mean, it is in the same, like, this is the restaurant, this is our gate. They're side by side. They're neighbors. I'm walking, and as I look, picture of empanadas on their little sign. I just looked at Dream and I said, babe, you see that? He was like, yeah, you can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. Like, if you don't know God is real, the divine is real, if you don't know that the intentions that you set and the actions that you take and the desires of your heart are real, like they're real right now, they're real today, not tomorrow, not the next day, they're real today. You just, I mean, like, okay, I didn't get the empanadas the exact day that I wanted them. But let me tell you why it was even more sacred and why God makes no mistakes and how things line up. So I get the empanadas. I get a spinach one and then I get a guava one. Oh my God, the guava one, so delicious. They were all so good. I get the empanadas and we got the kids little souvenirs, but I wanted them to have something that made them really experience Miami, right? Why? I was going back for seconds because the empanadas were so good. I was like, baby, I got to go get me one more of those empanadas because it was so tasty. And I get up there and I'm getting them. And Spirit said, bring some back home. Ah! I bought more empanadas to take home. Them empanadas took a flight to Houston. A 2-hour flight to Houston, them empanadas was rolling with me. Right? I'm not even like, when I tell y'all there's so many alignments that happened, I want to save some, even though I don't know if Dream and I actually going to talk about it. We need to, because we want to show y'all the footage, right? A vlog style type video. Y'all, I got to take them empanadas home. And when I got to the kids, I was like, y'all, I bought y'all back a treat. You know, kids love treats. They love sweets, right? I said, listen, I wanted to bring y'all something very special that would let y'all really feel Miami, taste Miami, right? Honey, I gave each of them their own empanada. And when I tell you they tore it up, they tore it up. They was like, oh my God, mommy, this is so good. And I think that's the real reason why God, the divine, the most high, my higher self, really postponed me getting the empanadas until the very last moment, until literally I'm getting on the plane, right? Because I was meant to share that deliciousness, share that experience with my kids, with our kids, which is the ultimate goal as well, right? But there was just so many sacred moments that hopefully the pictures will live on to communicate, but more importantly, it just lives in our hearts. And I just want y'all to know that this type of frequency of alignment and things falling into place, it happens in so many instances. It's not just on a vacation. It could be experiences at the job or in a business venture or in your relationship or your family dynamic or with your kids. Like, it all falls into place. Sometimes some things take a little bit longer to happen. Some things take a little bit longer to happen. But if you set the intention and you trust and you have faith that it can and it will happen for you, and then you take actions that align with that, and you allow people into your life to support you in the manifestation and the unfoldment of that, it's going to happen. Right? So I don't know who needs this level of encouragement, right? But whatever you desire, it can and will happen. It will fall into place. That doesn't mean that there won't be any resistance, that there won't be any, that there won't be contradiction, that there won't be delays, that there won't be detours. But at the end of the day, you will get to the result. You will get to that finish line. And the beautiful thing is, once you reach that finish line, that finish line is just the start of another journey. Because right when we got on the plane, Dream and I was like, let's start planning your birthday trip right now. Somewhere, something quick. We got 2 months. Let's go. A month and a half, I should say. So I just want to encourage you, right? I want to encourage you to set your intentions, to take action, and to allow people to support, allow people to allow people to be an angel in your life, because best believe you too will be an angel in someone else's life. Like that lady that came and took the pictures, right? She got paid to take my picture by myself. She got paid to take Dream and I's together. She got paid to take my brothers, and she got paid for 5 different, me, couple, brother. She got paid for 4 different sessions. She came thinking that she was just about to get one. She came with the goal of just getting me and ended up getting the whole family. So not only was she a blessing to me, but I was a blessing to her. We were a blessing to her. And that's how life works. But you got to be open to that. You got to trust that. You got to know that that is for you. Listen, stay tuned, because I'm making a little mini vlog / short / reel for all of the days, because every day I learned something so valuable. Every day was so precious and so sacred to me. And so I just want to share that. I want to share that with y'all and allow y'all to, enjoy and engage and learn at the same time, but also be inspired by it at the same time. Be inspired by it, take action, and know that you too can have it. And it's crazy. The reason why Dream and I, the 10-year anniversary pictures are so sacred is because it marks a milestone that we really appreciate. That's one. But two, it really captured this love. I had showed one of my friends the picture and she cried. Shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Excuse me. This happened twice. This happened twice. I showed two girlfriends the picture, one in Florida, one right here in Houston. I showed them the pictures and emotion was triggered in them. Literal tears. That to me is again proof of how, God is so real and there's some things be deeper than what it appears to be. Things are deeper than what it appears to be, but we have the power to choose where we take it. We have the power to determine what we will allow something to be. Will it serve us? Will it support our highest good? Or will it take away from us? That's the question. And our mindset and our actions have to align with the idea that this is serving me, and this is working out for me, and this is aligned with my greatest greatness. Let me read this question. What do you think all of those things happened before? Do you think it was a test for y'all to go through to another level? Wow. Yeah, I think yes and no. I think yes and no. I think yes, on one hand, it was a test for us to see if we were going to stay focused, right? If we were going to stay aligned with the vision that we have for ourselves. And if Dream and I, because Dream and I, we see things different. We see things different, right? We have different perspectives and we have way better communication, right? We have way better communication in this trip because sometimes the way we see things can be different and it can lead to us having certain conversations. But this time, as all of this was happening, we supported each other in a different way. We supported each other in a deeper way in that, okay, this is a frustrating situation. This is a testing situation, but let's not rile each other up in a way that we don't desire to experience. Let's actually calm each other down. Let's actually see each other's point of view. Let's work together. Even though we do this naturally, right? Like this is who we are. We do this. But, sometimes when you're in different situations, let me give you an example of this. I know couples that go on vacation and all they do is argue. Do y'all know any couples like that? I have friends that's done been like, yeah, all we did was argue on the vacation. Like, what the hell? So there were opportunities for Dream and I to get out of sync, but we chose to stay in sync. We chose peace. We chose love. We chose whatever. So on one hand, yes, that. But I think on another hand, things happen. So I think the true test is, how do you stay in your frequency when things are happening? Right? There's some things that happened that I ain't even shared with y'all because I'm like, I don't even feel like talking about it, right? That happened on that trip. But we are always just like, are we going to let things outside of our control dictate how we feel? That's the biggest test. We can't control the rain. We can't control the baggage. We can't control that United Airlines has a certain protocol when it's raining. We can't control the turbulence on the plane. We can't control how small this seat is. Okay, but we got bigger seats on our way home. So I think the true test of things falling into place is the serenity prayer. God, grant me the courage to change the things that I can. The strength. No, give me the strength to, y'all know the prayer, the strength to change the things that I can. Y'all know, put it in the comments. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Change it. Basically, the essence is change the things that you can, surrender the things that you can't, and have the wisdom to know the difference. So many times things are happening in our lives that we can't control, but what we can control is how we perceive it, how the decisions we make from that space, what we feel about the experience that we're having. That's what we can control. Everything else is just like, okay. So Dream and I just decided to control our inner world. And I'm so grateful to God for aligning certain people in our space. Because Dream and I, like I said, we're the type of people that if it's raining, we ain't moving. My big brother said, y'all, we know the rain is going to stop. It's not really raining like that. It's a little bit of drizzle. Y'all done paid all of this money to come on this vacation. Let's go get your money's worth. And baby, we had such a great time. Even when it was wet. Y'all. So on that Saturday, it rained. Saturday morning, Dream's birthday day, it rained. And mind you, this is the same day as our boat ride. And Dream, here he is. He's kind of a realist, right? He's a realist in the sense of, he was like, listen, if it's raining and it's gloomy, I ain't trying to be out there on that boat. I ain't even rocking with that. And I kept the mindset, oh, babe, don't worry. It's going to be okay. The sky's going to clear up. It's going to be a perfect night for the boat ride. Don't worry. But because we were anticipating the rain, and because we had decided, not anticipating the rain, but because we had decided to still go out, to still experience Miami, even though it was wet, we were pushing it, right? We were pushing it on getting to the boat, right? So we go back to our Airbnb. We hurry up and get dressed. It's like 6:30, right? We make it back to our Airbnb at like 6:15. We need to have our Uber to us by like 6:45 so we can make it to the boat at 7 p.m. That did not happen, right? We got back to the room at like 6:15, 6:30. I had to get Fabulous, Dream, my brothers, they all had to get dressed. We ended up leaving the Airbnb around like 6:55, making it to the boat around like 7:15. I messaged the guy on the boat, the captain. I said, hey, we're running a little bit behind. This is what he said to me. He said, I have 40 minutes to wait. He said, I got 40 minutes to wait. As long as we get moving before this specific time, we're good. You mean to tell me I got 40 minutes? Shit. I still got out of there as quickly as I could. We still made it at a decent time. But when that guy messaged me saying that he had 40 minutes, right? Like that we didn't have to rush. I was like, look at God. Look at God. Because, you know, some companies may be like, oh, you running late. We're going to have to cancel this ride. You can't get a refund. No. This guy said, take your time. I'm here. And then let me show y'all some more resistance. Nah, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that for Dream. I'm going to say that for when me and Dream go. So anyways, we got on that boat, was able to ride, had an experience with that. But again, the resistance will have you thinking that it's not working out. But really, it's just spirit just asking you, how are you going to perceive the situation? What are you going to do? Are you going to continue to take action in the intentions that you set? Or are you going to allow yourself to be distracted with the chaos? Right? So I just wanted to come and share that with y'all. Just those 3 quick things that you really want to do in every aspect of your life if you want to see things align in a divine, sacred, and magical way that you couldn't even make up, right? You got the intention set, but how it's actually going to unfold, you don't have a say in that, right? That's my quick message for y'all. Peace and love on this lovely Thursday. We'll be seeing y'all soon. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.